G'day ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Let's Play, Let's Go, Let's See, Let's Do. And today, what the hell are we going to do? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to video 2 of getting things ready for YouTube, or whatever interesting title I'm going to actually call these things. Regardless, I know it as part 2 so far. So what are we doing? What's going on? What the hell are we doing in today's video? Well, I'm going to show you exactly what happens and what you need to do in order to get a video uploaded to YouTube, because it ain't as simple as what you might think. So I'm going to give a lot of stuff away here, folks. This is basically a tutorial, okay? So first things first, let's get started with the basics, shall we? We want to actually see where our video is and what the hell's happened. So obviously I've done the recording, it's uploaded, it's not uploaded, it's been re-rendered with the recording and the audio, so that's all good. And we are ready for it to start doing what we need to do. So obviously I like to call this thing my own unique naming convention, which is, what the hell is that? LP, which is short for Let's Play. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel here, folks, and it's 316. Okay, so that's what I'm calling the video. That's the video there. Okay, so that's the important part. Now here comes the fun part. Let's go into YouTube and get things ready, shall we? And I'm going to do it like this. I don't normally do it like this, but I'm going to do it like this just so you can actually see what I'm doing, why I'm doing, where I'm going with it all. So YouTube, obviously use whatever browser you want. You have to have a YouTube account, which means you have to have a Google account. You have to get all that stuff done ahead of time. You have to have multi-factor authentication, all of it. Okay, I'm not going to go into a how-to on that, but if you want me to, we can definitely do that. But let's start with the basics, okay? YouTube, here we go. We click on it, we're good. And then we have this little icon here, and this is special for those of you that actually have an account, okay? Not just with YouTube or anything like that. I apologize if you can hear yelling and screaming in the background. Yeah, the wife is around and she's on the phone. Let me just say it like this. Usually I do these things at this time of day. I usually don't record when she's on the phone because she's rather loud. Anyway, enough of me bitching. So we click on this and we've got a couple of options, okay? Now, I want YouTube Studio. So click on that. If I find anything that requires to be highlighted or get rid of and all the other stuff, I'll do that. Again, I'm just showing you guys how this looks like, how it works. I'll go into all this stuff in the next video, but for the moment, we're going to ignore that. Except for the fact that, yay, 350 subscribers at the point of time of recording. So, woohoo, but that number fluctuates. So we want content. That's the most important part. Now, this is maybe a little bit daunting or maybe a bit concerning, depending on how you look at it. These are the listing of all the videos that have been uploaded to YouTube by yours truly. Obviously, I've got a couple of Star Trek ones that I've pre-uploaded and got nearly ready. We've got one that's currently working in the background. This was Friday's video, and I can see already 31 views, 1 comment. Fantastic. I haven't responded to that, but again, I will show you that in the next video. But we're looking to now upload a new video. Now, you can do this many different ways, but for the moment, let me just focus on the one that's probably the quickest and the dirtiest from my point of view. Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to look at it. We're going to utilize what's there in the previous one. Why am I doing that? It's because if you decide to do like a sequence of videos or a sequence of something, it's better to have the last thing you've done so you don't confuse yourself. Okay, so that's open on a different window. That's good to go. That's all this information. It will make sense a little bit in a few moments, but let's do a little bit of, oh, actually, no, bugger it, leave it there. We will go back to this screen and we're going to click on the magical create button. And this gives us a couple of options, okay? Obviously, new podcast, no. New playlist, no. Create a post, well, I don't do that really, maybe 3 times. Go live. That's live streaming. I don't tend to do that, and to be honest, I've pressed it once and I wasn't exactly too sure what the hell I needed, but apparently, yeah, okay, I need to do a bit of research on that. But we want the tried and true method of uploading the video, so we click on that. From there, it says you can select files. Now, obviously, you can click and it'll open up a window and you can go through and find your video that way, or you can rely on the good old drag and drop. And that's what we're going to do. So this is the video that we want. We're going to drag and drop him down here. And we wait for a few seconds and bang, we get this, well, this, let's call it next few prompts of what we have to do and where we're going to go. Okay. So you're seeing this on the fly. I don't have anything pre-typed. I don't have anything pre-ready for this. So you're going to see what we are going to be doing in these stages. So first of all, it's already uploading. And because it's a smaller video, it's actually going rather quickly. But again, depending on the time of day you do this, it could take forever. Obviously, if you're trying to upload a monster video, it's going to take a bit of time. So what we're going to do first, in my case, because I'll stuff it up regardless, I'll copy and paste the title from the last video. So Control C, Control V, and obviously I'm going to change the numbers from 87 to 88. Wow. Now, title, that's important. I try to avoid using what they say clickbait, like for example, Star Citizen has just announced, or I can't believe this is not butter, or some other rubbish that goes along that way. Now, if I do all that stuff, yes, a lot more people will start clicking on it, but then I don't know if that's like the right way to get people. But again, that's just a me personal thing. But considering I have 350 subscribers as opposed to 1 point something million or billion, then, well, obviously may not be the way to go. But I am holding true to that. So, title. What the hell are we going to call this video? What should we call this video? Well, what have we got so far? What has happened in this thing, you can also call it like that. We want people to be interested, but also at the same time too, it has to reflect reality. So I'm going to say, what happened in the video? What was the biggest thing that happened? I would say that bloody crate falling through the hole. So I think we'll call this video where did this box go? Where did that, what do we call it? It's not a box, is it? It's a crate. Go. Where did that crate go? With a question mark. Now that's the working title at the moment, folks. Okay, it's not written down anywhere. As you heard on the keyboard, I'm just typing it and we're going like that. I don't know if that's going to be the final title. Again, we can do a bit of copy and paste from the previous one. I tend to do this quite often. So obviously we're not going to use this, but I will keep the enjoy and the patch and everything. I've been putting the patch notes in just so I know, well, not notes, but at least a reference, so we know what video this is for, because after everything moves around, some people may look at the old video and go, oh geez, you can do that, and then you just realize, oh shit, you can't do that anymore. So I kind of want to avoid that. So where are we going? Is there anything smart, spectacular, funny that we can write in here? Does anybody read this shit is probably the better question. Maybe some do, some don't. I don't. I just usually look at the title. I don't even bother with descriptions personally. But yeah, I still put them in there for my videos. So hi all, what are we going to do? Well, seeing is believing, that's true, but I've already said that now twice, so I don't want to say that anymore because that's becoming a bit repetitive. So what are we going to do? Just another day in Star Citizen, and it's not one word, it's 2 word. Hole scraping, hole munching, and then some, what do we want to say, some funny or some usual hijinks. Nah, do I say that? Don't even know how to spell that. That's even, I don't like hijinks. I don't like it. Fuck it. Some usual Star Citizen mystics gameplay, some usual stuff, and then Well, let's go again. Pre-writing these things will help, but in this case, and then Star Citizen just did its where's the fucking apostrophe on this stupid keyboard? Its thing. Enjoy. There you go. So it's a brief item. You can see there, and if there was the time when I was doing like grabbing a ship, running around doing cargo and trying to put all the stuff together, obviously I would put that in there as well, like what I made from each lot and everything along those lines, but we're not going to worry about that. So we're here at this point. Video is still uploading. Oh, it's actually uploaded. It's gone through the checks, so you'll see that in a second. And now it's also converting to HD. So I'm assuming for those people that actually pay for subscriptions, you get the whole thing in HD. Very nice. I think I get mine in standard D or less than D or something like that. Now this is the next part. And this is the part that is, we're going to jump back to this, okay? We'll jump back to it towards the very end. Playlist, I don't put Star Citizens in playlists unless I'm doing specific ones, but obviously we've got the Starship Simulator, which a lot of people really like, and thank you for that. We've got some of the free-to-play Star Trek things. That's where I'm putting all my Star Trek ones in there. Free Fly 2023, Free Fly 2022, I didn't say that right, but fuck it. Sapiens, which was a bit of a hit and miss. And some stuff from my early items that I've still kept there just for good measure, but I'll probably get rid of it later on. So no, well, playlists. The best one is this one, audience. So basically, is my video that I am uploaded suitable for kids, yes or no? Well, considering I swear the fuck through these things, obviously that's a no. So no, it's not made for kids, which means that this won't appear on YouTube Kids, or nor will it appear on accounts that actually have ages for these things. So again, it's just, I like this one to be very honest, because you don't need a kid or a 4 or 5 year old who's stolen their parents' phone, or YouTube Kids having me sitting there start going off on a tangent and spewing out profanity. We don't need that. So I kind of like that. Okay, show more. And this is the part where they don't really tell you, but you should really click on this. You should show more because it gives a bit more information. Okay, my video contains paid promotion. That would be really nice, but no one's reached out to actually say, hey Ev, do you actually want to get paid for doing this shit? Well, that would be fucking awesome, thanks. No one's done that yet. Automatic chapters and things like that. I do say that, but I've never seen that actually happening in any of my videos. So maybe that's one of those things that you as a paid person get, or maybe I have to be very popular for these things to happen. Regardless, it doesn't do anything. Now, this is the part here, and this is the part where you see many other YouTube channels actually, whoever show you these behind the scenes type of things, tend to skip this one and just like touch on it slightly and say, oh yeah, well, it's tags, maybe YouTube doesn't look at this anymore. That's a lot of bullshit. It does. And this is the YouTube content creators' bread and butter. Why am I saying it? Because with these specific tags, it actually gets your audience, or based on the keyword search, it allows the algorithm to kind of find your videos. Okay, and this is very important. I know people have said in the past, oh, they don't really work that well, it doesn't do whatever. Yeah, I would still like to see those videos and those people put this in there and show it transparent. Come on, there's the challenge for you. Now, I'm going to do that because, well, 350 subscribers, and let's be honest, I've got nothing to hide. I'm not making any money off this at all yet, but who knows, maybe it will jump to like 10,000. That would be fantastic, and I'll make my $2.50 in advertising. So we're going to go down to this, and we're going to do a copy and paste from this one. That's why I've also got it open. Don't worry, I'm going to show you what's going on here. So I'm going to put it in here, and this is the important part. These are the tags that you want to represent your video. So obviously it is like Star Citizen, Star Citizen, Space Star Citizen. Again, if you've worked in IT or know anything about IT, these keyword searches help because it's how people actually search for these things. So you have to put it in there. The more variants you have, the better the search criteria is. Now, keeping in mind too, you've only got like 500, so YouTube isn't stupid. They're not going to let you put every single word in the English language or the Greek language, or the German language, or the Chinese language, Mandarin, Cantonese, whatever you want to go to, into this thing, okay? Because then it will really fuck up the algorithms. Because if the algorithm was that good, why would you need the limit? There you go. So I've got more stuff in here. Obviously, I'm trying to focus on the people that want to play it. I started off with Microtech. I left it there. Area 18, explosions, that usually happens. It's a sim, it's a ship, it's a simulator, space, Star Citizen Let's Play. Why is that there several times? Oh, that's a bit of a... it's because of the different punctuations. Yeah, there you go. So I've got that. I've got the Vulture in there. I've got the Drake. I've got a Sun, Delivery, UDM. Well, it's not really UDM anymore. Cargo, Flight, Dogfight when I was doing my dogfighting things. Bugs, obviously. Star Citizen and bugs go hand in hand. So that's a thing. So when you're sitting there when you're watching these things at home, you're typing in Star Citizen. Hopefully, it will be either Star Citizen, or Star Space Citizen like this, and it will catch it. And it will say, oh, okay, this is probably one of the videos that you've got up there that you're kind of interested in, yes or no. That's how all that stuff works, okay? Then we go to the next part, your video language. Again, you don't really have to do this, but I kind of find that this helps for like the automation of captions. So if people want to read along because they're in a quiet place or whatever, obviously I don't know if it really translates every single word into the written text that I say. I'm assuming that it leaves out fucking cunt, or both, or none. So if you're reading along, that'd be interesting to see. But regardless, we've got the different languages here, and this is where I start pissing myself laughing, because in the past this wasn't there. So we've got, it had English, it had Canadian, it had United Kingdom, US. Then a few ones popped up with Ireland, India, and Australian, which is where I obviously fell off my chair in hysterics. So obviously the Australian English is just so different from the algorithm, from the normal English or anything else. Now, what is English and what is United Kingdom English or United States English? I still don't know what that English is. But anyway, it's English all the same. So obviously, I'm an Australian. I'm going to click English Australian for shits and giggles. Now, this stuff here, caption certification, I don't care about that one. It's not really anything. Recording date, and I put this one in there more so for me. So we did this one on the 2nd of February. So obviously we're going to put it in on the 2nd of February. Now, I don't know if this helps anybody, if anybody sees this information, but it kind of helps me just so I can keep track of things. Okay, license, obviously it's a standard YouTube license. I don't think I have anything else. Oh, no, I do, but yeah, that doesn't mean anything. Just be careful. And this is the part where you need to worry about, especially for gaming. And this is a gaming one, and it knows that because this channel is primarily gaming. But you do have your other options, like for these how-to videos. Obviously, I'm going to put it into how-to. However, you could kind of think of this one, entertainment. Obviously, it's not fucking music or news and politics, but it just gives you a way of filtering these things, at least what the algorithm in YouTube uses to filter these things out. Obviously, it's gaming, so it's gaming. And now here it's, okay, gaming, what game? And this is where it's free for all. So in other words, just type it in. So let's do Star, and there's a shitload of Star, but because I've done it so many times, we're looking at Star Citizen, and that's where it is. And with this here, that's where you get at the bottom of these YouTube videos, when you guys actually watch them, that little like marker that shows the Star Citizen logo. So that's all there. The rest of the stuff don't have to worry about. Now, at this point, I could click next, but I'm not going to, because hopefully with me talking, it's done something up here. Yeah. So the thumbnails, I purposely skipped over this, and I'm going to come back to it. Thumbnails are very important, okay? Because this is what you guys see when you see the video. At the moment, it has selected this one out of these 3 random ones that it thinks are actually good for, well, you or your content or whatever. And I'll be honest with you, at the beginning, I just really didn't care and just picked whichever one and said, yeah, fuck it, I don't give a shit. Until I realized that, yeah, you kind of need to actually pay attention, because people are looking at these thumbnails like you do when you look at YouTube. And so obviously, the ones that you guys see from me don't just appear overnight, or they don't appear from the actual footage in general. So you have to actually create these. And that's where we're going to with today's video, folks. So we're going to create a thumbnail for YouTube, and you're going to see exactly how I do this. And I'm going to call it out. Again, I'm not a editing guy or anything like that. I'm just a normal average bloke. Got a day job. I do this for fun. Hopefully in time I become a YouTube superstar and I don't have to do my day job anymore. That's the plan. Will it work out? Probably not. But regardless, I'm not buying any software. So we do everything on the cheap and the dirty, because obviously if you start buying software and you're making no money, you're making a loss. So here we go. How do we do this? Where do we go? What the hell do you do to create a thumbnail? And I'll show you, and you'll love it. Processing, 39 minutes at HD. So we're going to open up that same video that we've just created and rendered. Okay.
G'day, ladies and...
And I'll just pause the audio. Obviously, we don't have to do that. And now the question is, okay, where do I want people to see? What do I want people to see? And I think me floating around on the ship is probably the better one, because everything else is,
well, that was a bit
just a bit too much.
Good old...
So somewhere around here.
Yeah.
Shut up, Ev.
That's a nice picture.
Okay.
Maybe I'll do that
Here.
one for the thumbnail. What do you reckon? That or...
There you go. That's pretty much the thumbnail picture, even though I've been saying it there. So that's the thumbnail picture. Why? Because you've got the ship, you've got everything else in the background. It gives me space to actually type something on the screen so you guys can actually read it and see what the hell's going on here. Now here comes the kicker. Okay, I'm going to move this thing away. This is the thumbnail, or the actual thing of it. I'm going to hit the print screen. Again, we're going low tech here, folks. Okay. And I'm going to go into, you're going to start laughing, Paint. Yes, that's what I use. It's cheap. It's free. It's there. Control V again, and we've got this. Now, because this is Paint, and because there is, well, basically, it's very basic. This is where it just comes into a pain in the ass of a situation. For the thumbnail itself, okay, on YouTube, it requires it to be 120, well, no, 100, what was it, 1200, I'll get this number right, 1200 pixels, 1280 pixels width, and 720 height. So, yeah. Now, I don't know of a way to have that magical box there. And so you have to actually highlight and select. Now, keeping in mind, I like to keep my text in the top corner just because it's usually readable. Also, too, you have to watch out for a specific light. If you try to put something in a hanger and there's a big ass light there and it blocks out half your words, you kind of have to look at that as well. So now, taking all this into consideration, we've got the title, or the working title. So we have to jump back and just figure out, okay, where's the freaking working title? Is it going to be, where did that crate go? Or shall we change it to something a little bit more clickbaity, or something like, oh no, not again. Let's do that. Let's see what happens. Let's do that, friends. Oh, it is clickbait now. I'm going to say that. Oh no, not again. And where's the T in the not, Ev? No, not again. And with an exclamation mark. Because this has happened to me before. But I also want to be a little bit more... I still want to say the crate. So again, this is where you start playing around. So, oh no, not again. It could probably get a lot of clicks. But I'm going to go with something like, not again. Fake hole. Fake hole. Hole? Hate you. Fake hole. Fake hole. Fake hole. What do you reckon? I think that would be a good one. Not again. Fake hole. There you go. That's the title of the episode. Let's see how this goes. All right. It could be a game changer. Could also be a shit one. Or I might also change it in a few seconds. Who the fuck knows? All right. So let's start off with the basics. We know what we're looking at, so we don't need that much real estate. Now, let's have a look. We've got everything selected here. I'm going to start probably from here. And let's have a look at the pixels on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. You see the numbers flying around? That's what we have to play with. Now, it's going to be so freaking hard to watch this when you're actually looking at this on a mobile device on a huge 27-inch screen on the computer, I reckon you'd still struggle as well. So let's just be very cautious here. Let's be very quick. So obviously we've got, where is the max? About here is as long as we can go. And height wise, this is going to piss me off now, and this is what happens every single time. Height wise, we're pretty much down to there. So we have to fix that up. You're playing around with the mouse here, folks, and this is annoying. I would love it if it would just tell me this is the size I want, and it will create me the box. And because I'm so freaking blind, come on, move up, fucking mouse. Ah, you asshole of a thing. Ah, you mongrel. All right, let's move that down. Now, keep in mind too, I'll do that again. Keep in mind, YouTube has that stupid line on the thing when you're looking at things with the time coding. So obviously, whatever you have down here, you lose in real estate. So let's try that again. And go a little bit higher, about there, maybe, hopefully. And we'll try that again. Come on. Ah. Okay, good. Here we go. We've got the number here. That's your pixels. So again, copy. This is horrible, but this is how you do it on the cheap and dirty. Don't save that, don't worry, it's in the buffer, you can come back and get it. Okay, so that's the size that YouTube will allow. 1 pixel more, it'll come back with an error. 1 pixel less, and you'll end up having like a white streak on one side, this side, whatever, and you'll just be freaking annoying. So that's what we have to watch out for. So this is purely going to work. Now I say this is probably not going to work at all. So here we go, we've got this. So now time for text. So this is the way I do it. Again, no one is forced to do it like this. I've just chosen the font that is, I don't want to say definitely unique, but it's just something, it's there. So here we go. Star Citizen. And we open up or slide the text box across, and keep in mind this is Paint. This is a very unforgiving tool, so if you fuck up you probably have to do it all over again. So there we go, Star Citizen, that's it, that's at the top corner, we're good. Now comes time for the actual title. How's the things going? Checks complete, no issues found. Good, it means I haven't broken any licensing agreements. So let's go. Episode 88, not again, fake hole. Okay. Let's go back to now Paint. And I'm going to change the text color to this one. And I'm going to get the new text box. And I'm going to resize it to 36. And this is what I use. And we Control V. And there we go, got the title. So now I'm going to put this, and again, you don't have to do this. I just do this because I do it like that. And there we go. We've got this thing ready. So episode 88, not again, fake hole. So that is going to probably be a bit clickbaitish, but we will see. We're going to save it now. Save as. No. Bugger off. No PNG stuff, because it doesn't like that. It likes JPEG. And we're going to save that as 316. Again, many pictures here, folks. 316. Hit the save button. We're good. That's done. So you can close that one off. I'm happy with that. Click on that one. Go in, and there it is. 316. Open, and ka-ching. So that's gone up. I'll just double check that Star Citizen is selected, because when you do that, it kind of likes to stuff around with things. But again, we've got everything that we want here. And that's basically it. Except for an extra space, which I just saw there. Bloody hell. Okay. So we're good to go. Okay. We're fine. So that's that part. We're good, we're happy, everything's uploading. Now, if this thing was still saying upload in progress, like 20%, 25%, 27%, you can keep going, that's fine. So you click on the next button, and this goes into the next section, and you think that we're done, but we're not. So here we go. You can add cards, you can add subtitles. Considering the AI is there and it's doing that for this stuff, it's fine. But if you want to actually add your own subtitles, you can. So if you're multilingual and you produce something, let's just say, for example, in a native language, maybe if I do a video in Greek, then I can put down the English translation in after I do this. Or if I want to show my skills, I can also do the German translation and whatever other bloody translations I've got out there. But I'm pretty sure someone will verify that at some point. But anyway, I don't. I leave it for the automatic stuff. The next part is add an end screen. And I will do this just as an ad, just to show you what this looks like. What's an end screen? This is the crap that comes up at the end of almost every YouTube video. The advertising. Please watch this. Please see that. Please do whatever. Now you've got different ways and different things you want. You can have basically one subscribe with one video, import a video from playlist, do whatever. You've got a few options. You can also scroll down. You can put these three things there. You can do that. There are some options you can do. However, from a real estate perspective, what you cannot change is that white box. That's all you got to play around with. So what I usually do is one video, and for the video it's flagged as video best for viewer. So this is what you guys view and what you guys see and whatever algorithm YouTube believes you should actually see. And obviously this is my subscribe button. But this is now where you have to sit back and watch and think, okay, where am I going to put this and what makes sense? Because at this point in the video, I've turned around and I'm just going, woohoo, 13 million. And I'm going to show you guys the 13 million. So it would be stupid if I put this one here like that and then come up with the scene to move over. And you sitting there looking at my Mobi glass going, Ev, I can't fucking see the 13 million. What the hell are you talking about? I could do that just to be a prick. I'm not going to because, well, that'd be stupid. But you could. So I'll whack up in the top corner because there's nothing else there that you need. And I want you guys to see this part there. So that's how we've got it there. That makes sense. Click on the save button. Off we go. So that's done as well. Now you can add a card. Okay. Now, I'll be honest with you, for my Star Citizen videos, unless I'm doing like those like free fly events, I don't do it. But if you wanted to, you can. From the Star Trek ones, I do. And for the other ones that are kind of a part of a playlist, I definitely do that. And it's just very simple. You go in there, you can either select a video, you can select a playlist, you can select a channel. So if you're sitting there saying, for example, oh, do you remember that video where I came in and stuffed something up? Oh, you don't remember? Click the link up on top here and it'll come up with some stupid little like text or whatever there. That's where this stuff comes from, okay? I'm not going to do it because I've never said in the video that I'm going to do it, so it just sometimes annoys people for me putting it in there. But if I turned around and I knew and I prepared myself and I said, oh, remember that video when I was sitting there jumping off and I jumped out of the ship and I was just floating in space? Yeah, have a click on that link and you'll see what's going to happen there. And I think it's something similar is going to happen here. That's where that stuff would come into it. So we're going to not do anything. So we'll just disregard that change. We don't need it. And it doesn't mean it's going to disregard everything, just going to disregard what you did there. So we're going to go to next. And again, this is a part where you have to be a little bit careful, okay? Depending on what you're uploading, there are some obviously copyrights, and this is a whole licensing topic, and you have to actually have an understanding of what licensing is. Don't bloody get any music, put it into a video, and then put it up on YouTube, okay? There's copyright infringements and things like that. You have to be aware of this stuff. Please don't do anything stupid. That's why my intro video, if you actually notice, there's no one singing and it's the sound of a keyboard or someone playing a piano, okay? That's purely because that music is like about 600 years old and it was a portion of that music which was not copyrighted by anybody, so it's free to use in its true sense. If you start talking about copywriting stuff, putting it in there, you're going to have more of an issues. Try to avoid, okay? Really do. I've also heard examples of YouTube having copyright infringements from content creators who've put up their own content music. So try to avoid. I know it's difficult because you want to have sounds, special effects, and all the other shit. I get it. I really do. but avoid it, or at least read the terms and conditions very detailed so you can understand what's going on. That's very important. Otherwise, YouTube will pull the video down and you'll probably get a fine. It will go against you for something later on. And I'll explain in the next video what I mean by that. But anyway, so far, no copyright infringements found. There wouldn't be any because Star Citizen, CIG and the rest don't have an issue with us recording content and putting it on YouTube. It's free advertising for them. So that's not an issue there. And because I've got nothing in the video that is from any copyright infringement stuff, we're good to go. So click the next button, and this is the part where you can do. This is a really cool part, okay? You can either set the video for private, so you can actually choose the people you want to actually watch your video. I get it, but it's not going to make you a YouTube Uber star or superstar. Unlisted, again, I've never really used it. Public is everybody. I usually do mine for public because I do that. Set as instant premiere, that's like a YouTube thing pushing like a certain point of time a video in there. I did that at the beginning when I first uploaded these videos, but then I realized you actually have to be there and watch it at the same time. So that's a bit hard in some cases. So I usually do schedule, okay? So I set it up, I schedule it, and then that way it's pretty much fire and forget. And it also helps, just in case you do something stupid and you realize, shit, I don't really like that video, I'm going to redo it again, then you can definitely do that. So let's do schedule, okay? When do I want to schedule this video for? Well, from this time of recording, I want to do it for Monday next week. So obviously, Monday next week is February, not Sunday, Monday, February the 5th, okay, 2024. Time, I like to do it at 5 a.m. my time. Don't know what time you'll end up on everybody else's channels and notifications, but I do it here. Who knows where it actually ends up? Sometimes I do this and I find it actually comes at like 6, 7 o'clock in the afternoon in different locations. So just be careful of that, please. Just be wary. But I know from friends of mine in Germany, when I said it, it's 5 a.m. it goes at 5 a.m. their time. So I could have also stuffed up somewhere in the setting. Anyway, I'm not going to set it as prime because obviously I don't want to, and I'm not going to be up at 5 a.m. with the video. I'll be up at 5 a.m. getting other shit ready, but not with the video. So get it up there. It's all ready to go. And then we hit the schedule button, and that's it. Done. Now, again, it will probably... Okay, just for a bit of an FYI, if this thing was still uploading and something, it would actually say upload in progress, don't click the browser away or something like that, let it finish. But it's pretty much done what it needs to do, so I'm going to click the close button, and it's got the YouTube link, and now this thing will all load up, fix up, finalize up, and there we go. So we've got episode 87, which came out this morning, and then episode 88, which is coming out on Monday. And on Tuesday, I've got part 1, which is what you guys have hopefully already just heard. And this video I'm recording is going to be part 2. Again, part 1's title may change. I don't know if I like it yet, but this is where you actually have the opportunity to do that stuff. So folks, to recap, now you've actually seen what goes into the behind of the scenes of getting a YouTube video ready from a content perspective. You've seen now what has to be done by uploading it to YouTube and getting all the thumbnails and stuff ready. Again, you don't need them, but if you want to actually have people looking at them as opposed to, oh geez, what the hell is that? It gets it out there. And so I hope this has actually helped you to realize, get a bit more understanding of what's going on. In the next video, I will definitely go through all these other stuff here. Well, not in great detail, but I'll go through a few ones just so you guys can see what else is there, because it's not just punching through these videos, whacking them up to YouTube and fucking off and having a coffee and going, geez, I did a great job today. There's a lot of other efforts and things that go into it as well. Like for example, and a really important one, which I find, is the actual comments on the videos. I'm not going to go into these ones today, and to be very honest, I'm going to be very cautious how I'm going to show these, because I also don't want to infringe on other people's rights, even though that these things are public anyway. But I'm just going to be very cautious with that. But generally speaking, I'll show you this stuff. I'll even show you the earn. Obviously, that's probably got somebody's attention by now. You can earn money on YouTube. Yes, you can. Am I earning money on YouTube? No, I'm not. Not at the time of this video, that's for sure. But maybe this video helps. But anyway, that's where we are. Let's go to the dashboard. Last thing. Okay, so we're all ready to go there. That video is going. Again, at the time of recording, this is what we've got, 350. And what do I see? Top videos. I'll also talk about that. Some comments as well. Couple videos there. I'll show you the rest of the stuff in the next one. Trust me, it's really cool and it'll give you really good insight into it. And like I said, if this old fart here can become a content creator, anybody can be a content creator on YouTube. But it does take time. It really does. It's a lot of time, especially if you're editing and things like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, not kids, obviously, thank you very much for watching, for spending the time with me. If you found that interesting, let me know. If you want me to do more tutorials on things also too, if you really want me to fuck around and just show some stuff off, why not? I've got no issue in creating another YouTube channel. Maybe we can go through and do that, eh? But for the moment, this is where we are. We're signing off today. Thanks for watching. And yeah, we'll talk to you in the next one.